Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I'm back. I made it. I made it. Um, I made it. Um, yeah. I almost felt yesterday like a kid sneaking back in the house after knowing that your parents knew you've been gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm sneaking back in the house late and I'm in trouble. But it passed. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Today is June 17th. The sun is shining so bright. It's the season of lovers. I don't know. But let's just get into it. So recapping. I'm recapping yesterday. So yesterday, if you saw yesterday's reading, the beginning of the reading, um, I just couldn't connect with the energy. And what you didn't see off camera, well, I put the camera on pause. I took some time out and did some block breathing. I did some block breathing so I can, connect because I felt like I didn't feel aligned with the stream of insight that I was getting. And so I just took a break. But anyway, y'all saw it. I did not realize that I didn't edit that out. And normally I don't even edit my videos. I just upload it. So editing would have been something totally new for me. But the fact that I didn't do it, all right, is the point I'm getting to. So I upload the video, get to the store, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm listening to one of my favorite teachers. And shortly after she went off, my video started playing. And as my video playing, my phone is in my pocket. I got my headphone on. I'm shopping. I'm doing what I'm doing. And I heard me mention the gnome. And in that moment, I realized, wait, that's not the video I was supposed to upload. So I quickly snatched my phone out. And when I'm looking, and then I realized, okay, wait a minute. This is the video I wanted to upload. I didn't edit it. So it was something significant. That is very significant. As far as me, the whole thing of y'all witnessing me stop and say, wait, I can't do this, or whatever I said, I don't even know. Which I didn't see off camera. When I put the camera on pause, I took those breaths and I came back a little stronger. So in the store, like I said, when I first realized that happened, I'm going full panic mode because we we're leaving an age of perfectionism. All right. What is that? With the North Node being in Pisces and the South Node, I think in Virgo. We're leaving that and we're going to Aquarius and Libra. I mean Aquarius and and Leo. So, but that perfectionism, that South Node in perfectionism in Virgo, that part of me wanted to, you know, uh, come home. Well, actually, I did act on it. I went through the settings and hit private. I'm like, okay, I'll go home and I upload it, properly or whatever. But once I got here and I went to do all that, Spirit says, ask me, why did I feel in a nutshell, why did I feel the need that I needed, feel the need to correct the video? And one of the things I remember thinking was, well, you know, I didn't want anybody to see, that part of the video because it was, you know, uh, not not perfect. I'm doing the quotation. Not it wasn't perfect. And then Spirit asked me, well, what was your intention? And I'm like, to get the message across and woo woo woo. And then Spirit was like, you don't see this as a teachable moment? And I'm like, teachable moment? And so I decided to watch the video. And what I realized is that moment of the beginning of the video when I got stuck, I took a break and I came back stronger. That action, y'all saw that real time where it confirms the message. It backs up the message that later followed, is that sometimes you have to stop and pull back and go within and purify your intentions, or purify the action that you're about to take through your heart space. And then you can move forward successfully. All right. So that was a teachable moment, not only for when I'm sharing with y'all, because I'm bearing witness to a lot of these, even though it looks like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'm bearing witness to the message, even though I am the messenger, I'm still bearing witness at the same time. So that was a teachable lesson, not only from you all, but from me too. All right. So, and that was after the fact. We leaving. One of the things that we are doing right now is leaving that perfectionism. Um, um, everything has to be perfect. In order for it to be right. It has to be. This is not, spirituality is not a cookie cut thing. Life is not cookie cut. So each one of us have our own unique way of expression and being and doing in the world. So make sure you're taking the time out to purify your intentions, your goals, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you want through your heart space. All right. All right. So that's what I wanted to share about that. So today, speaking of which, the celestial, this energy, and I spoke about this yesterday, the energy, again, we are subjected to the energy that's transmitted from the celestial bodies, the planets, and they are our first archetypes. Okay, so as they do their shifting, we um we receive their energy. All right. And we have to work through that energy. All right. So um let's see. Let me see. One thing I did when I was doing it, I was doing the celestial forecast for myself today. So, all right. It says so this is the celestial energy. Today is asking us to slow down long enough to hear ourselves. Over the past week, many of us have been sorting through changes, decisions, emotions, and possibilities. Today offers a moment of clarity, a chance to step back and ask, does this still feel true to me? All right. The collective conscious is shifting from reaction to reflection. All right. People are finding themselves questioning old commitments, long held beliefs, or paths they once thought was certain. All right. There is a growing desire for authenticity, not perfectionism, not performance, but authenticity. Says many are beginning to recognize where they have been operating from autopilot rather than deeper alignment. All right. Let's see where I'm at. I'm sharing these things because, again, I want you all to know we all are influenced by the celestial transits. So when you start getting into moving into your own astrology. Start sorting your own astrology, and you understand how your personal energy, your personal charts. And I talked about human design briefly last week. Like, there is a mathematical formula that is distinctively designed just for you. You have a whole algorithm. You are a whole algorithm that interacts with the universe. All right. So when the universe changes, then so do you. All right. So but when you know your chart and you know your human design, when you know your astrological chart, and then know your human design, you understand how your energy interacts with the planetary changes. All right. So I said that before, but I wanted to give that again today. All right. So I'm hoping that I'm was clear with that explanation. But again, today is this energy that we're dealing with is all about self-reflection, leaving the perfectionism that Virgo, because we're going into the north node being in Aquarius and the south node being in Leo. The south node used to be in Virgo, and that's that lower frequency energy um, that we are, we're rising above. That's that, those things that, you got to be perfect, you got to do it this way, you're comparing yourself, you're comparing things to how your nature to somebody else's nature. No, this is what we're moving away from. All right. And the energy, the way the planets are shifting now, it is fostering um or giving us a way to piggyback off of it, utilize the energy, access the energy, the new energy, and help us, shift into a new way of being. All right. All right. So I already did the charms, and the charms is backing up. I'm gonna just leave this right. Maybe I need to refer to it. Oh yeah, because this is the charms. All right. So the charms we have on the table is heart chakra, a snowflake, a pearl, a bear, a fish, a hanger, and a ghost. All right. So it's something about going within and purifying the heart space and unlocking your gifts that will lead you to your abundance. All right. This hanger is something about lack of control, discontentment, impatience, or it's something that and I looked up something different, and it's something about you need to feed your spirits, feed your spirit, feed your spirits. All right. So I'm not even gonna explore that this could be something negative. I'm gonna take it because my attention was drawn to looking up. Usually I look up hanger spiritual message, but today I was led to look up uh, spiritual hanger. All right. So spiritual hanger talks about your soul needing to be fed. You need to feed your own spirit. All right. So, yeah. So, again, going within with this snowflake is about stillness. So, it's like hermit. So, going into your heart space and purifying, reevaluating what's important to you now. So with my story I was given earlier, and I was like, I was so upset because I hadn't uploaded the edited version of the video. And Spirit asked me, like, why is that so important? And I'm like, well, it needs to be right. It's, it's this, that. And the Spirit say, okay, so why does that matter? So does the presentation matter more than the the teachable moment? Is what I had to decide. So you have to decide wherever whatever feeds your heart, and you start, you go within and you start purify the reason that you are bringing forth, or the reason that you are that passionate thing that you love. Purify the reason that you your intention of behind why you wanted to um why it's exist in your life, or why it's important to you. All right, we're having to reevaluate that. All right, so let's see. Let's see. um and I've been talking a lot, so I'm gonna do a cheat. All right, so let's see where Spirit wants to take that. Spirit, can you elaborate on this energy on the table? Oh, ignite ignite creation. It says harness the innovation, fuel imagination, and witness manifestations as answers unfold on your journey of discovery. All right. So when you do your self-reflection, and that thing that you are, like I said, the thing that you are passionate about, when you start doing your self-reflection, hold on, y'all. I'm listening. It's something about giving power to that thing that you hold in your heart. When I said feed your soul, if your soul wants you to have access or to create something within your life, within this lifetime, going within and purifying your intentions around it, giving it a reason. So when you pure your intentions around it, that means you're giving it a reason to manifest, to become real, to become tangible in your life. All right. All right. Let me shuffle one more time. You have to, it has to have a reason, not just for yourself though, because moving into the age of Aquarius, it's not just it's we. All right. So the thing that I have in my heart, not only does it benefit myself, but it benefits everyone around me. Everyone, because the people that you come in contact with will benefit off your energy, your frequency of your business, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a selfish action. That's why it needs to be purified. Make sure you're purifying and give it a reason. We're giving it a reason to manifest within our lives, not simply because it's just what I want, but because it's for the greater good of all. All right. All right. Yep. All right. Fresh ideas. It says stay open mind, inviting new perspectives. I'm sorry, y'all. These cards. Stay open minded, inviting new perspectives to enrich your journey and spark a creative solution. All right. So it's still leading towards, going within and purifying your intentions, reflecting on why. Maybe you can reevaluate why you wanted something in the first place. You may find that you want to walk away from that and branch off to something new. So stay open to fresh ideas, because as you turn it, the thing that you thought you want, as you start flipping it over, because again, and I most spirits, they something else. They always set me up, but I get it, and I like it. So again, when yesterday I was like, I got to have I should have you know, what is it? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. When I should have edited the video. All right. But as I'm ruminating over that, oh, I should have did this and this and that. And Spirit say, but wait, that was a teachable moment. And in that moment, that's a fresh idea. I was open to the fact that Spirit say, hey, no, wait. Do you realize that's a teachable moment? It's real time. Life is life in right now. It's not a fantasy. We put on our pants one leg at a time. We all make mistakes. Can we grow? Can we grow from what we think are mistakes? Those things are teachable moments. So when you go in and you start reevaluating, or doing some self-reflection on that thing that you hold in your heart and that's so dear that you want to bring and offer to the world, or whatever it is, all right, as you reevaluate, you may find that a whole new fresh idea could emerge from that. All right. All right. Look. Okay, I saw that. um Plan wise, I saw it and I was gonna try to shuffle anyways. First thing, I'll put it out. Plan wisely. It says cultivate success through meticulous research and strategic plotting. Your foresight will unveil new paths. I just said that. When you go within, you get to looking at thing that you want to cultivate in your heart, and when Spirit shows you how you can tweak it, you know, when your own highest self show you how you can tweak it, because your highest self and your spirit team is working for you, you know what I'm saying, and through you. All right. So when they show you uh, some fresh ideas, there's a plan. You know, you have to begin to plan wisely, and so you can cultivate um, well, a new route for success. All right. um I just saw, like, you gotta sometimes we gotta throw a bunch of ideas to the wall, and then and let's say you just threw a whole bunch of stuff at the wall, and as the shit sliding down, all the ketchup and the hot sauce and the mustard, I'm just saying, I'm looking at it, I'm seeing it as paint. When you throw that plate, the plate that you think you made that's so perfect, all right, when you throw that plate against the wall and all that shit get mashed up and it's coming down the wall, and you see something different in that, utilize that. All right. It's not fresh ideas, new opportunities. It's gonna come in from places that you least expect it. And I just heard from the fuck ups. That's when you discover the most. When shit get fucked up. I'm sorry that I'm using this profanity like this, but it's the truth. I'm speaking truth. This is how I express myself when I'm passionate. I can't help it. Well, yes, I can, but I just like it. I like being authentic. I don't like cussing. I like being authentic. And right now, this is my authentic self. So when you throw all your shit to the wall and be like, I'm just gonna see, when you throw all that shit to the wall, the plate that you thought you had for yourself. This is the idea that this is it. And when you throw that against the wall and you start seeing what the new creation from the mess, all right? Because out of chaos becomes order. So when you throw that plate against the wall and you see the new thing coming out, um, capitalize on that, all right? Because that could be an opportunity for you to move forward on something new, all right? And you can see a new path being carved out for yourself, all right? All right. And so Spirit says these things, when you do this, it's helping you connect to, and what I'm saying is, because we got this ghost, right? This your higher self, all right? It's gonna help you align more to your higher self, because your higher self is hungry. What did we say? Um, it's something, you gotta feed your spirit. Stop doing the things that you used to do. If it's not working for you, do something else. Try something else. Mix it up, shake it up, reflect on it, look at it, see. What I'm saying. You have to really just, and I'm hearing something about being playful too. You got to be playful with the energy. You can't just it shouldn't feel like work. You should be having fun. All right? Be having fun with it. Something about I just hear, stop taking stuff so serious. I guess that's why they saying, they kept showing me, just throw the shit against the wall, and it can be messy. Like my reading yesterday, I threw it out there, and I discovered it was kind of chaotic in the beginning, but from that chaos, clarity was formed. All right, I came back into alignment, and um the video that I thought was botched actually became a teachable moment. All right. So trust that everything is happening for your highest good. All right. And trust your path. It says, listen to your intuition, seek direction, embrace discovery. That's what I'm saying. When you throw that plate against the wall and it come out all, what is this? That that right there is an opportunity to do more self-discovery. All right. All right. Let me get one last card. Ooh, and look, it came out the same card from yesterday. Spirit says this is how you manifest the new. This is your resurrection. All right. This is how you resurrect the. Hold on. This is how you're resurrecting into the new you, or the new idea, the new thing you're doing. All right. You're manifesting new. If you keep if all you keep doing is adding to the same plate, you still got all the old stuff on the plate. Yeah, yeah, the old ingredients. Sometimes you just have to throw that to the wind and see what comes of what can you discover from the mess, the chaos. That's what these times are about. Things are very chaotic right now. The energy is very chaotic. So, but what can you cherry pick from the chaos to manifest yourself something new? All right. And in order to do that, you got to go in and purify your intentions, purify the reason that you decided to step on your journey in the first place. All right. This is, we're resurrecting. This is our resurrection. This is like after all the things that we have allowed, or we are allowing to fall away. All right. We shaking off the past and we rising again. We reinventing ourselves. Okay. All right. It says shake off the past and rise again. Reinvent yourself and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. All right. So let go of what you think you know about yourself. Let go of what you think, the rules, what's right, what's wrong. And, there is no right or wrong. It's about how you feel and how it resonates with you. All right. All right. So I'm going to let that go because this probably been about a 30-minute talk. There we go. Yeah, it's 39. Let me give you a angel number and I'm going to let y'all go. I hope this message helps. I really do. Spirit, can you give us an angel number to help us to let us know if we're resonating with this? Wow. Okay. 5555. Clarity. 101. Starting over. 2020. Compassion. The spiritual hanger too. One of the things about the spiritual hanger was impatience. All right. So if you're dealing with impatience, why is this not working for me? Why is this not, the shit not happening right now? Okay. Or you may be having impatience with yourself as far as like you don't think you doing all you need to be doing. You need to do some more. We did talk about yesterday, and even today, it's talking about be still, reevaluate, look at the shit, turn it over. All right. Realign, reassess. Okay. So anyway, 5555. Clarity. Great transformation. This is what you're going through. This energy, the energy and the ethers is helping us completely transform. All right. Major changes, opportunity, fast paced forward process. All right. You aren't a victim of circumstances, rather than you are a beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success. And it talked about planning wisely for success. All right. In the long run, if you are willing to adapt to this shift. All right. So allow yourself to make changes within your own plans or, the way that you or your approach. All right. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. Your highest good. All right. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. All right. 101, starting over. Intelligence, dynamics, making a difference, failures. All right. We spoke about failures and mistakes and things of the nature. Personal or spiritual development. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand the process of the pursuit. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Start fresh. All right. So remember I say I kept seeing a plate of food and you throw it against the wall, and as it's sliding down, you start seeing this, discovering some new shit. You get some different ideas. All right. All right. And compassion is the last one. 2020. Mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct. But it is also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service. Your potential is enormous. All right. So you allowing yourself to go back in and say, okay, you're taking it from an I and me to a we and us. All right. The greater good of all. How can what you have in your heart benefit the greater good of all? Because that is the new energy that's being manifested in the world. We're creating a new world. It's going beyond just that selfish. It's all about me. Uh, you know, the perfectionism. The competition and all that, to a more of a we and us. So, how can I be of service to you? You know what I'm saying? It has to be an equal. So what you put out is what you get back. So when you open yourself to how I can be of service to others, then that is returned back to us from the universe or from the people that you're dealing with. It is about getting in, having that healthy balance of equal give and take. All right. All right. Well, that's all I have for you. All right. 11:44 to the bottom of the deck. High vibes. All right. I don't know if they wanted me to read that, but anyway, high vibes. We vibing high right now. All right. It's about vibing high. All right. Well, this is all I have for you today. I hope this helps someone. Um, I definitely appreciate the opportunity to get out here because I was missing it, and I did my best not to think about this table, but I have to pass this room every time I get ready to go downstairs. So it was calling me. So I had to digress, reflect, so I can purify my intentions on why I come to this table. It's not about putting on a show. It's not about the presentation itself. It is about the lesson and the message. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to sort through my own shit. And I just heard a knock on the wall. Oh my goodness. I gotta get out of here. uh I've heard that they hadn't done that from in a long time. Sometimes I used to get readings and they'll be knocking on the wall and doing confirmations. But yeah, I just heard a knock on the wall. Y'all probably didn't hear it because I got a fan on. But oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time. Bye.